We're again over in Southland in New Zealand, pretty early season, just late in October. The river's up pretty high and there's a little bit of snow melt as well, which gives that river that little bit of a green colour and pushes a fair bit of water through. But the fish have got nowhere else to go, so as long as we're patient, we'll find them on the edges. We're probably tending to use more nymphs at this time of year as well because there's so much water, but at the same time, once you get a muggy day like this, you can quite often get a good mayfly hatch, and that'll certainly bring the fish up to the top. So we'll trundle up the river today and hopefully be able to spot a few and show you a few up close. Now, New Zealand is renowned for its sight fishing because the water's generally so clear. And at times, if you've got low levels and clear water and a lot of sun, the fish are sometimes very easy to spot. You still need good Polaroids. I wear tonics because I find they're the best in that brown lens. You can also wear like a lighter colour too, which is like in a yellow, and that can enhance the light as well, particularly if it gets really dark or early in the morning, late in the evening. But I think what you need to be wary of is when you're walking up a river, walk at a pace where you've got time to see all the different areas. Constantly, I mean, you're always going to be in a rush because you want to find that fish, but if you're walking too fast before your eyes get there, oh, I've just spooked one. Oh, I've just spooked that one. Oh, I've spooked that one. Because you haven't had a chance for your eyes to cover that area. So as you walk up, virtually look in a grid system, look in all the different areas before you continue to move on. And that's going to show you fish, because sometimes they will be right at the feet before you've seen them. So take your time and you're going to see a lot more fish. And it does pay, particularly when there is a little bit of flow in the river, that you don't want to be forcing against it. There's too much power in that. So you've really got to let it win a little bit. So I'll aim to cross, I'll pick out a spot where it's not too deep for me to get out and just let the river push you a little bit and go with the flow rather than fight against it. I also find, again, when you're by yourself, is to have like a waiting staff. This can make a massive difference when you're crossing a river with a little bit of flow, or if the rocks are a bit slippery. So something like that where it is attached and you can also let it go when you're fishing is quite a good system. So put a bit of time and thought into it and you're going to stay a lot drier and a lot safer. Can't entice that one. He may have seen us at the start because we've come up pretty close there. But yeah, at least we can see him. There might be little backwaters, particularly on rivers like the Mataura or Kaya, all those ones around Southland. There's a lot of backwaters where fish will spend a bit of time out of the main current. So take your time. You'll find one that hasn't seen you first and you'll take your fly, no doubt. I've just got one just down here on the edge of this main current. If I can just get the fly over near him there. Got a dry little Adam's parachute that I'm hoping he would like, and he didn't that time. Took it, and that will be bad. Pulled it out of his mouth. Oh well. That was what's happened a couple of times before. When the fish are facing you, they'll come up and take it, and you've got to wait for them to completely turn down before you strike, because they get to about there and you're literally pulling it straight out of their mouths, which is what happens. And I probably should know not to do that, but hey, can't catch them all. Here he comes. Come on, mate. Ready? Oh, no way. Yep, there's a hook on it. Sometimes it does pay, if you miss a couple in a row, to actually check that you do have a bend on your hook. It's always a great trick to play on your mate. You go, I'll tie your fly on, you hook it on and just cut the bend of the hook out. And he misses half a dozen before he checks and realises that he doesn't have a bend in the hook. But that's only if you're betting with your mate on how many fish he catches. One just on the edge of this current that hopefully here's one here, just on about in the middle. That should about do it. That's about 4 in a row, I think, that we've got to take the fly and yeah, struck, and they're not sticking. Sticks to a bit of leaf, okay, but yeah, well, that can happen. Not life-threatening. We've just got to find one that stays attached. Now we've got one just there. Probably hard to see because a little bit of water there, a bit discoloured, but a very dark shape, just where it drops off. So we'll throw this nymph under a dry, and with a bit of luck, he'll like it. And he did, so that was good. And it's been hard going with, oh, only a little one, with a little bit of this snow melt has sort of really chilled up the water, and I think that definitely has an effect on the fish. The metabolism changes a little bit with this cold snap of water, but it's good to get one who wants to eat something. Makes it just makes you realise what you're doing is actually working. Not too bad there. There's no sort of trees or anything once he gets out of that main flow. But I do, if we can, is get that line on that reel, and then there's nothing going to get caught around your feet or on sticks, particularly if he wants to make a run for it. And if you've got a decent reel, we use a Gavin, good drag systems, and you get that set that you know you're going to protect your tippets, and you can just let it do its job, and that fish will take line if he needs it. But we just want to wear him out. I mean, he's not a massive fish, but he'll be, you know, 2.5, 3 pound, which is still pretty good fun. And we'll slowly get him out of that current. I mean, at the moment he'll tire himself out fighting against the current as well. And you generally want to be level with them or even behind them and get them to fight into the current, and that will certainly slow them up. And there gets a time when he's ready to net that you wind that fly line through the guides. Oh. Almost. Come on, mate. Be over soon. Good. And then one into the net. So that, as I said, it's not life-threatening whether you catch fish or not, but certainly makes it a lot more fun when you do. So that's how you see, yeah, lovely fish, lovely fish. Eye detector. There you go, 2 3/4. So not a monster, but still a great fish. I mean, complain to everybody in Australia that it's only a 2 3/4 pounder and you don't get much sympathy. We'll get that hook out and send him on his way. There we go, lovely fish from the Tower River, lovely brown, nice and silver, and a good powerful fish. They're just solid through the all the back there, and just plenty of go. Just a real thoroughbred, and sent him back there for somebody else to come over and catch as well. So that's good. Hopefully there's a few more up here that are a little bit more eager to take the fly. Makes a lot more fun and makes a much better TV show if we actually catch some fish. So we'll see how we go.